You just know.
2001 finals.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Stepover, Allen Iverson. Stepover, Ty Lue.
Okay. I'm getting a little disrespect vibes going.
Oh, so much. It's spices of disrespect on here. Hey everyone, welcome to SneakerWeb. My name's Rico.
My name's Chris.
And today we have a very special shoe for you guys. Today we have the Reebok Answer 4 in the Stepover colorway. The last time that these released was back in 2017.
Mm-hmm. Been a while.
It's been a minute.
At least for me though, I feel like I haven't seen many like AI retros or colorways like being put back out there into the open. So I'm kind of glad to see these coming back. And
for sure,
getting their name out there. So
I mean, realistically, without Allen Iverson, you don't really have a Reebok
like
brand.
Basketball shoe, I would say. But as far as a brand, I think Reebok got a lot of revamping to do. But I think this is a good step in the right direction. And I'd love to see it. I
do love to see it too. And man, it's not everything. It's not a perfect retro by any means. It doesn't have everything that we want. Especially the DMX cushioning in this. That's the first thing that I want to talk about. So DMX originally, when this shoe first came out, had the DMX iPack, which was a air transfer system. It pretty much went the full length of the foot. There was one chamber in the forefoot and one chamber in the heel, so that way when you stepped across, heel strikes, forefoots and all that, the air would transfer front to back to make sure you always had a cushion to land on. And then you have the DMX foam in here, which they still have. They still have the tooling for that, but the iPack is what's missing from this. And I'm a little bummed out about that.
So why do you think manufacturers, change over certain materials?
I think they do that, at least with cushion and tooling. I know it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because say for example, say you have a size 11 tooling mold that's made out of metal. That costs hundreds of dollars. So when you have to do that for every single, say you have a full size run from preschool all the way up to what, size 14, 15?
Yeah.
That is thousands upon thousands, maybe millions of dollars going into just one shoe to be made. So when they have to make the molds for the iPack airbags, to fit each individual size, that's also money on top of already spent money for the molds that you're spending. So that's personally why I think so, at least in the shoe industry. That's also why some companies like Nike, for example, like Jordan and Reebok and other major shoe brands, they also skimp out on the material cost, and that's why they've switched over to mesh, ripstop, things like that. But back to these, talking about the iconic Stepover and talking about just AI's career in general. I mean, he was a generational player. He's the reason why players now have tattoos and they dress the way they do. And
they wear multiple pieces of clothing.
Yes.
Like multiple pieces of gear and...
or less if you're Westbrook.
Or less, yeah. He really put into perspective the style and the fashion of how NBA players dress. He got fined so many times.
Yes.
In that point in time, but he just didn't care.
He didn't care, and he had the money.
Yeah, he had the money, so why not? But...
You gave him the money.
Yeah, exactly. And I think his freedom of expression got poured into this shoe. When I see this shoe, it gives me Black Air Force activity.
What? Really?
I feel like these are gritty sneakers. I feel like if you're gonna hoop and you see someone hooping in these, you better run. Because at that point, it's either you're gonna get crossed over or they're gonna bang a three straight away. And I think AI...
so you mean like on the court, they're just gonna steal your soul from you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like...
No. These will step on your toes. You know what I mean? Like Black Air Force activity. Like these shoes...
Oh, okay.
These shoes scream to me, you're a dangerous basketball player. If you're out and saying, I want to go and buy these just to hoop, and you don't even just wear them for the aesthetic, you're dangerous. But...
So what does that have to say for me, your partner?
I would say that you're taking dangerous wearing these. But let's be honest, AI was a dangerous player.
Yeah.
He was a player who was daring. He was a player who, he he broke all the rules, and his shoe technically kind of breaks a lot of rules too. You got the reflective material. A lot of basketball shoes in the NBA at that time wasn't reflective for a lot of reasons. He even has a lot of double points in this shoe, which I found to be very interesting. This shoe is like a rock, and I want to say probably other than like Kobe 6s, this padding is this is something.
I mean, yeah, it's something, and it's gonna be comfortable. But
it's like
as Nightwing has tested in these, the forefoot and midfoot, you're golden in these, but the heel lockdown was always questionable in Reeboks.
Yeah.
The questions, the answers. Some of them were exceptional, but some of them were mediocre. This was one of them. I don't know how he did the crossovers that he did in half the shoes he played, especially the Reebok questions with the traction bottom that they had.
That's crazy.
That was all rubber compound.
That's crazy.
This, on the other hand, has forefoot herringbone, which is isolated to the forefoot. So if you aren't a forefoot player and you buy these, you're going to have a hard time playing in these.
Like, this shoe basically did all the stops. You have your laces on the inside. You have your strap. You have your zippers. Like,
you have your whole shroud. You gotta,
like, you even have the little bungees that hold the laces together. Like, it's literally, this entire shoe is like multiple shoes put into one. And it's crazy that the amount of materials that they were able to slap onto this and the performance of it.
This was back in 2001.
Yeah, so back in 2001, when the iconic moment happened where he crossed over Ty Lue, stepped over him, and was basically carrying the 76ers on his back.
They had a de-escalating Mutombo that wasn't in his prime. They had Snow, of all people, was brought to the NBA Finals.
Craziness.
I don't know how, because I've seen some of the highlights, and Snow was questionable.
Snow, right?
Yeah, Eric Snow. He was questionable at the plays he did.
Yeah. He was definitely questionable, but I think AI, tied up his bootstraps, played like a Luka Doncic or like a Donovan Mitchell, and decided that he was going to go and make it and score it and do everything he can do to make sure his team got past it. Obviously, Kobe and Shaq were too much for him, but these shoes really sealed the deal. Yeah. And I feel like after seeing that, a lot of kids wanted this specific shoe.
Yeah, especially our younger generation being the more or less the rebellious type. Like, oh, I want to be that dude. He looks cool type. And then you see his shoes and you're like,
it fits the bill.
It fits the bill.
Yeah.
And getting back to the shoe a little bit, we'll come back to more of the history of it. Getting along to the upper, you do have leather on these. It's not the best of leather, but I will say that it's better than some of the leather that we have been getting in recent memory. You also have the reflective hits right by the I3 and on the tongue here right at the top, and you also have reflective right here in the back heel. And these are very comfortable to wear. The only thing that I can complain about, mostly for durability wise, for initial wear you should be fine, but the vinyl, over time that's just gonna decay and just rub off on your feet, and then it's just gonna show the foam underneath. I wish they would replace that with something else, but I mean, it's a retro. Yes, you have to get with the times, which was the early 2000s. But man, these are such an iconic shoe, and I can't wait to walk around and possibly play in them.
And
I'll see how I feel.
A lot of AI's branding is on here. So from the outside to the inside, boom, bam. On the back here, got his little signature in the back.
And then right on his bottom, his face.
And if you didn't know already, this is AI's shoe.
Yeah.
You have his face.
You have his face.
So I think personally, he marked it and he said, "This is literally my shoe, and only the strong survive," is what's attached at the bottom.
Which is really his ideology, because the amount of injuries that man had in the NBA and still playing.
Well, let's be honest though, he didn't lift weights.
No, what, he was a dry 120?
Yeah,
like 140.
He
maybe
he didn't lift weights, and he said the reason why he didn't lift them was because they were too heavy.
They were. Wait, we actually got to find a clip of this, and I'm gonna put it somewhere.
It's crazy.
Also the insole is a thick PU insole. It's not a cheap Ortholite, something like you would find in a Jordan Retro or a Nike shoe. So that I will give a plus to them. But yeah, this just screams Allen Iverson through and through.
Yeah. And
did he just look at the shoe and just say, my name, my name, my name, my name, my name?
I mean, personally, I think
Reebok is covered in black.
Yeah.
That's how much Reebok shows on this shoe.
The Reebok's like, yeah, we want to make you the center of attention.
Pretty much.
And I think this shoe is a very big statement piece.
Mm-hmm. It's very iconic.
It's super iconic, and a lot of people, just judging by off that specific clip, know just that specific history about this shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did see another one that we did watch earlier. This does come in a red
and white and gray
colorway.
Yeah.
I prefer this colorway because I like the standard black and whites.
I like the yin and yang type combination with this. It's a nice balance.
Yeah, and the leather feels premium.
Mm-hmm. Feels buttery.
Yeah, it's super smooth. Creasing, I feel like, won't be as easy on these as it is with other pieces of leather.
I guess we'll find out.
I know, you have your 3M on both sides, and then you have it on the back here where the signature is.
Now, early days, they did have the 3M practically around the entire back half of the shoe. I wish they did that with these. That would have been super dope. I mean, you have the tooling for it, and I don't think it would have made extra cost to it.
I think as the years go on, though, just like how Jordan changes the ones every so often, the materials will change.
Just don't do the fusions again. Don't do that Ronald McDonald shit again, please.
Man, that was pretty bad.
That was bad.
I'm not gonna lie.
But yeah, with these. Oh, also talking about fit real quick. I would recommend if you want a true to size fit, or if you want to possibly play basketball in these, then definitely go down half a size in these. But for rocking casually, especially wide footers, you should be good to go going true to size.
Okay.
Or yes, going true to size.
Yeah, and I think you have no problem protecting your feet in these.
I don't think you will.
It's got like literally 2 layers, so there's no way you can get past that. But yeah, love it. Love the detail. Love the design of the shoe. It's pretty iconic to me.
Just Reebok.
Yeah.
If you have any extra things to do to this, just please put the cushion system back in there. Just please. I know you have the rights to DMX cushioning.
Yeah.
So that's all I ask for. But other than that, iconic shoe, iconic person. Thank you for these. I'm glad I was able to grab a pair. They're not selling terribly, but as the years goes on and nostalgia starts to creep in, people want things all of a sudden. Next thing you know, the price skyrockets. So
that's just the value of everything.
Exactly. But I think that wraps everything up for these. Chris, if you could take it away for us while I sniff.
All right, so while he's getting high on the glue, be sure to check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to see more cool kicks, just like these Iversons, be sure to check us out in any future endeavors, and we'll see you on the next one.
Also, before we sign out real quick, everything will be in the description box. His Instagram, our Instagram page, and all the sponsors that we have currently, 3Up Prints and 2 Lethal. Thank you guys so much, and make sure you guys check them out. And with that being said, guys, later.
Later.